I never believed in haunted houses. Until the night I met the Whispering House. It was late October, the air thick with mist, the kind that sticks to your skin and chills you to the bone. My friends had dared me to spend a night alone in the old Holloway estate at the edge of town. They said it was abandoned, cursed, a place no one dared enter. I laughed. Haunted houses don't exist, I said, trying to convince myself more than them. The house loomed in the fog like a dark sentinel. Its windows were broken, the paint peeling like dead skin, and the front door hung crooked on rusted hinges. I hesitated. My heart beat faster, not with fear but with excitement. This would make a story worth telling. I stepped inside. The air was musty, thick with decay. The floorboards groaned under my weight, echoing through the empty halls. Shadows clung to every corner, moving like they had a life of their own. I turned on my flashlight, its weak beam barely cutting through the darkness. As I walked, I noticed the walls were covered in old photographs. Family portraits, faded by time. But the eyes seemed to follow me. I shook my head, trying to ignore it. "It's just my imagination," I whispered. I made my way to the staircase. The steps creaked dangerously. Halfway up, a cold wind blew from nowhere, slamming the door behind me. I jumped, my flashlight shaking in my hand. Then, heard it. A whisper. Almost inaudible. "Leave." Froze. My mind raced. "It's the wind," I said aloud. But the whisper came again. Louder this time. "Leave now." I ran to the hallway, my flashlight flickering. I could feel something unseen, moving just behind me. I dared a glance over my shoulder, and for a split second, I saw a shadow detach from the wall, sliding silently along the floor. My stomach turned to ice. I reached what seemed like the living room. Broken furniture lay scattered across the floor, covered in dust and cobwebs. The fireplace was cold, but as I approached, I saw a single photograph lying on the mantel. Family smiling. But the faces were scratched out, scratched so violently that it looked like someone had clawed them with rage. And then I heard it again. Not a whisper this time. A soft giggle echoing from the corner. I spun around. Nothing. But my gut told me I wasn't alone. I wanted to leave. Every instinct screamed at me to run, yet my legs refused to move. It was as if the house had decided to trap me, to hold me inside its decaying walls. I slowly walked toward the door, and stopped. The hallway had changed. Where there had been a clear path, now there were shadows, twisting and writhing, forming shapes that resembled human figures. They weren't solid, but they weren't entirely empty either. They were watching me. My flashlight flickered, and in that brief darkness I saw her. A girl, pale as death, with long black hair covering her face. She didn't move, but I could feel her eyes piercing me. My heartbeat thundered in my ears. Who are you?" I stammered. No answer. Just the soft giggle again. And then the whispers multiplied. Hundreds of voices, overlapping, chanting my name. Leave. Sod. I turned to run, but the front door was gone. The hallway stretched endlessly, like the house itself had grown taller, swallowing reality. The photographs on the walls shifted, faces changing, twisting into grotesque smiles. Some began to bleed. Or at least it looked like blood. My stomach churned. I stumbled into a room I didn't recognize. A nursery. Old toys scattered on the floor. A rocking horse swayed on its own. And on the wall, in what looked like dried blood, someone had written, "You should not be here." The girl appeared again, closer this time. I could see her eyes. Hollow, black, empty. And then her mouth moved, forming words I couldn't hear, but I understood anyway. "Join us." Panic overtook me. I turned, tripping over a doll, and hit the ground hard. My flashlight rolled away, and the room was plunged into darkness. But the whispers didn't stop. They grew louder, angry, demanding. The shadows crept closer, crawling along the walls, reaching toward me with elongated fingers. I crawled to the window, smashed it, and tried to climb out. Glass cut my hands, but I didn't care. Had to get out. I stumbled into the fog outside. The house loomed behind me, silent, its dark windows staring like eyes that had just been fed. I thought I was safe. Until I heard it one last time. The girl's voice, soft, almost loving. "We'll be waiting." Even now, weeks later, I can't shake the feeling that something followed me that night. Sometimes when the wind howls outside, I swear I hear whispers in my own house. And in the corner of my vision, shadows shift. Always watching. Always waiting. I will never go near the Holloway estate again. I warn anyone who dares, stay away. Some places are better left forgotten, some doors never opened. And some houses whisper for a reason.